me, Dheeraj, what are the major key takeaways from today's panel?
So I think one of the things, as the judge said, it's about certainty in the proceedings, and that I think is the most relevant part for be it a domestic user of arbitration or international user of arbitration. That's the most relevant part, and I think it's heartening to see how our judges in India are also talking about bringing a finality to the proceedings, and also how we are learning from the international jurisdictions as to what they're doing and how we can implement that in India for a future arbitration world.
Right. What is the future of arbitration?
Well, I think the future, I would say I would want the future to be institutional, because currently I think 70 to 80% of the matters in India, which is domestic arbitrations, are all done ad hoc, which again leads to bottlenecks, and then these several challenges, and then of course the reputational image of India goes down because of that. So I would say that the future should be institutional arbitration. We should all move towards institutional arbitration gradually, and I think the first step towards is for all the PSUs and the government undertakings to all institutionalize their arbitration mechanisms.
Right.
That would be the first step, which will lead to literally 60% of the arbitrations going into an institution.
Absolutely. What do you have to say on arbitration bill 2009?
Well, I think it's a good step, and also the fact
Do you think everything? Can you tell me one flaw which is there?
well, it's my personal view that I think the tribunal part of it, I think that is probably going to be a problem, because we are then creating another layer. That's probably one thing which I don't agree with. What I agree with is again the institutional part of it. The appointment should be delegated to an institution, because we see both domestic for both domestic appointments as well as for international appointments. Sometimes Section 11 petitions are pending for years, and that can be brought down in some form, which also leads to the expediency of arbitration proceedings once an arbitrator is appointed. So those are the, I think, the better part of the bill which is coming in.
Tell me something. What are the most significant differences between domestic arbitration and international arbitration?
Well, I think domestic arbitration, it's changing now, I would say, but till about a couple of years, it was a part-time arbitration work for most lawyers.
Yeah.
So it used to be a 5 p.m. onwards or a Saturday, Sunday work day. I think that gradual change.
Is it changing?
It is. I can tell you that I have reduced my litigation exposure and litigation appearances in courts just because I was getting a lot of arbitration work, and I thought that we should devote more time into arbitration through the week. And I've seen that change happening with arbitrators also. The Indian arbitrators, who used to first be accommodative about saying that, okay, we'll do it post 5 p.m. Now they're insisting, no, we'll start at 9 o'clock, we'll finish at 5 p.m. So I think that gradual change is coming, and that is something which is to look forward for.
Right. Do you think the use of technology in dispute resolution will make it more efficient?
See, in disputes, I don't know how much of AI and technology will help us. Of course, it is going to help us in reducing the time that we take today. So, for example, collating of documents, looking at the finer points of the pleadings, etc. I think that certainly will be helpful. But the human interface for a lawyer's profession will never go in mind. And it is going to, of course, reduce the time. It's probably going to reduce costs, human costs. But it will lead to a situation where we will have to adapt technology with the human element into it.
We have met each other in a lot of arbitration weeks. Where do you place DAW in all these arbitration weeks? London, Singapore, Dubai?
So I think for Delhi particularly, this is probably one of the first events where I've seen people getting drawn to it, right? So I was in fact just telling Justice Subramanian Prasad, who's the convener for the DAW, that it is so heartening when you go out to Singapore and London that people actually ask you when is the next DAW happening, because they would like to schedule themselves to be in Delhi for the DAW. So I think this is the third edition, and it's already got so much of traction. It's got a wonderful reputation. And the best part is the fact that the judges are willing to come out in the morning before their court and participate in these sessions, and not say put it after 4:30, put it after 5 p.m. I think that's been a wonderful thing. And I wish DAW all the success for the coming years as well.
If you have to define Delhi Arbitration Weekend in one word,
I think it's one of the most fantastic events on the arbitration side in India.
Thank you so much, Dheeraj.
Thank you so much. Thanks.